Well, good morning again. It's about, 6:22 a.m. here in La Plata, Maryland, and I'm in another room right now. This will be my second video of the morning, and I'll just ramble a little bit, tell you a little bit about myself and some of my experiences so far in life. I'm 63 years old as of September 21st, and I think a little bit about how it was when I got my first real job. I've been working at a Chinese-American restaurant as a busboy and dishwasher, and my father was able to, through his boss, to get an interview for me for a job at Roebling Wire Mill. Now, this was a very unique place. It says a lot about the influence that an industrial plant has on the local community. Mr. Hill, who was head of personnel at the plant, was also head of the school board for Northern Burlington Regional High School, knew my father's boss, and through that was able to get me a job. It was a basic entry-level job in the railroad yard. There was no management involved in it, and it was a big boost for me. At least I thought so at the time. What it introduced me to also was a little bit of history about the industrialization of America and what was behind that as far as the building of wire suspension bridges. And this plant along the Delaware River in Roebling, New Jersey, was now Colorado Fuel and Iron, John A. Roebling's and Sons division, and some of the guys in the factory had helped build this place in the early 1900s. Now, some of them were well along in years and wouldn't be working there much longer. In fact, the first day on the job, the last heat was poured out of the blast furnace, and then we went to a new way of melting down scrap, which was by electric furnaces. And this started pretty much the same day that the last heat was drawn out of the blast furnace. This is kind of interesting to me when I think back on it, because when I tell people about it, they look at me as if I'm 300 years old. They've never heard of anything like that before. In fact, if you go to the factory today, it's sort of like a wasteland. There's just a lot of rubble there. At least that's the way it was about 3-4 years ago when I was up there taking some photographs. Someday I'll upload some still photos that I took and show you what Roebling looked like in 2005. It was still a Superfund site because there was a lot of pollution in the ground, waste oil and chemicals, things of that nature. And working in the railroad yard was very educational in that I got to look at the entire plant from time to time and the entire production process. Drawing wire was something that the Roebling industry had done that pioneered the technique of building wire suspension bridges. It was wire rope from Roebling, New Jersey, that was responsible for the Golden Gate Bridge. It was engineers and workers that created the techniques and actually engineered equipment to draw wire across the Golden Gate Bridge so that it would actually work. And that is on film. You can see this film sometimes if it's in a documentary form, and you'll find out a lot about that. As a matter of fact, some of the wire rope was from the building of the Golden Gate Bridge was still left at Roebling factory, and some of the guys that I worked with showed me that, and the telephone equipment that was used for communications and things of that nature. So that to me is pretty fascinating when I think back on it. Next time on video I'm going to tell you about working in the hellhole, which was my favorite place because I got to know the process of how heats were poured and the timetable and the part that I played in it. and how that matters to me, because I think when it comes to job satisfaction, that probably was the most satisfying moment in my working life. Until then, though, I'm going to call it a good morning and try to upload this video so you can watch it